Hi, Michael. How are you?
Doing well.
Good. Will you please tell our audience how long you've been with the Trade Masters? What made you join the Trade Masters and how long you've been with us?
Okay, so how long have I been with you? About 6 weeks now. Yeah, about 6 weeks. What made
Okay.
me join is I came back. I'm gonna start from the beginning. So I came back from Afghanistan in August
And
of
thank
20.
you for your service.
Right, in August, end of August, everything closed. So I was sitting at home, and I usually watch some trading videos, right? And I'm like, I understand, but I have no clue why these people are going in this direction or that direction, right? And then I stumbled across your video.
Everybody seems to stumble across
Literally,
that
right?
video one way or the other.
Because YouTube will get you. It's like being hooked on drugs.
Like a
You know,
rabbit hole.
yeah. So your video came up. And I was like, "Who's this?"
Mhm.
I'm like, "Okay," and I watched, and I think you were talking about don't quote me, but imbalances or something like that on the
Okay.
YouTube.
Yeah.
I was like, I've heard that before. People use different words, fair value gaps, whatever. I'm like, huh. But something about the way you were saying it made it so clear. I'm like, okay. So then and then my fiance I was trying to get her to trade. Like, we need to do this. I'm tired of working. I need my time back, my freedom to do whatever. And she was a little skeptical. I'm like, well, there's this lady on YouTube. She's an actual teacher, right? Like, she really teaches.
No, we're not gonna. Yes, I am
I'm
literally.
No, hold on. Because
Yes.
at that time, you didn't show the videos of you teaching your students,
Okay.
like your actual class. I was like, oh, she's a real. So so I asked her. She's like, well, how much is it? And I told her. She was kind of skeptical. I'm like, because there's so many groups out there. They want this outrageous amount of money, and you don't learn anything,
Mhm.
right? From what I told you before, I was with one of them other groups, and it didn't work out because I'm not a recruiter. I don't like doing it. So anyhow, so she's like, yeah, I do it. And then I spoke to you, and you worked so kindly to let us join your group. And from day one, from your beginners, I never understood flags. I had no clue. I had no idea that they actually move that way. Like, I understood the higher, low, but I could never see it.
Mhm.
I could never see it. And I was always so upside down with looking at structures of the market.
Mhm.
But with your class, and you like draw your trend lines and the MACD, Lord, oh my. It was a game changer for everything. Because now my head didn't hurt. You had the airspace. Remember I asked you, I said,
Mhm.
what is airspace? And I had no clue because there's no one out there that mentions that.
Now, I have to give credit to where credit is due. I didn't learn airspace from me looking at the chart. I had a previous mentor that I had before I started doing the private mentorship that explained airspace to me. So what you have is a total sum of what people have poured into me, what God has opened my eyes to. So I can't take credit. You need a mentor for every aspect of your life. And unfortunately, I didn't learn that until, I'm almost 50. I heard it being said, but I was like, because let's just face it, some of us are just born kind of talented.
Yeah.
And sometimes our talent will get in the way of structure.
Absolutely. Correct.
And so when you find somebody that adds structure to talent, then you become limitless.
Yes.
I have to thank God for the mentors that went before me that taught me something.
Right. And then just watching it. And now since I'm in the intermediate now oh my God. You know like,
I wish our intermediate teacher was on here. We have, when I tell you, for those of you all that are listening to this, so I am the beginner's educator. I get the people that come in that don't know their right from their left.
Correct.
And honestly, in about 3 weeks, you're trading. Now, I'm going to let you speak to that, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. Because let me see. Because you remember when I posted my MFF and you said already, I'm like, yes. Because when I hope whoever's listening, your eyes will open completely. Now, I will be honest though, Ms. Sharma.
Please.
The only issue that most of us have is fighting with ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to trading, because trading is not overly hard, it's fighting your urge, you know, because I have that impulse, like I have to get in now, or it might go this direction.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get in when you're not supposed to, based off what you teach us, wait for the pullback. That pullback will destroy your account.
Yeah.
Because the pullback, depending on your lot size, of course. So now I back test, because, you know, there's more to just sitting through your classes twice a week. You know, you got to do your extra studies too, right? And I go back and I back test and I see the flags, and it's a beautiful thing, especially if you're in the right direction of the market.
You said something about doing your homework.
Absolutely.
So we have a special way we do homework in this team. Normally, when you are a part of any academy, first of all, it's not really interactive. It's just you listening to somebody explain a concept. Mm-hmm. But you can't unmute, you can't annotate on their screen, you can't share your screen. And then when it's all said and done, you're like, now go and do. But nobody is checking behind you to make sure that your practice is right, because I didn't have that in the very beginning of my journey. And so I would be marking up things and I was as wrong as two left shoes. And then I'm wondering why it's not working. Had I had somebody like pretty much every step of the way saying, no, Charmin, no, you're looking at it wrong. No, Charmin, look at this way, look at that way. So how was that feedback in terms of your growth?
The feedback was amazing, because it wasn't just my homework that was there. Mm-hmm. It's the whole group. So you could see, you learn from everyone's.
I'm gonna pull our homework up in a second. So this is our Discord that we have. And so we have a homeworks chat right here. And so what happens is people will turn in their homework and they'll either get eyes on it to say, hey, and then I give them feedback to say, hey, it's like this person, they were, you know, looking at a trend, but this was all consolidation. So it's one thing for somebody to say that's not altogether it. It's another thing for somebody to then put a note in there to tell you why that's not it. And so, you know, it may not be wrong, but I'm going to tell you, if you don't pull some of this stuff off this chart, because what we do over here is we teach you how to trade with very, very little indicators. By the time you get to advanced, you'll be taking off the few little indicators I do give you. I only give you like 3 indicators starting off with.
Right.
But yeah, we definitely, like, you guys got a lot of, my baby's got a lot of eyes Wednesday. So I'm like, we probably will have to do a pop-up.
Yeah, I heard you. I was seeing the messages come.
Yeah. I'm like, no, we cannot have that many eyes. So, and that's another thing that I will do. Make sure that you get it. So, thumbs up if you got it. Thumbs up, smiley face, heart. So this week was a good week for our mentors. So I just wanted the people to see, people are turning in homework and they're getting feedback on it. And then I'll tell you, like, hey guys, we got a 30-minute warning before, you know, something is about to happen. I'm really good at making, I don't like miscommunication. I'm one of those people that, like, you're going to know exactly what I meant. There will not be I didn't know, no excuses kind of a person. So whenever we have homework, you have a window. And I changed that this time around. At first, it was just like, okay, when you get it to me, you get it to me. Right. But now there's a window that I'm telling people, you got to get your homework in so I can get you feedback in enough time for you to correct what you need to correct before the last class. Enough about me. You can go ahead and talk about.
No, it's fine, because, you know, when we was in your group last month, I kind of figured you was going to do that, because I mean, people were always late. I could see you was getting frustrated, like, how you expect to get this if you ain't turning your homework, you know? Like, you know, the whole saying, you know, I was stuck at work. I know that was just like, you know, and I don't blame you, because people are paying for a service.
Yeah.
And you're trying to give the best service, but why aren't you putting in the effort on your end, right? And that makes sense, because sometimes I'll be working and come home late. I still got my phone. I don't have to see. I mean, you guys don't have to see me, but I can hear.
Yeah.
You know, hear what things going. And when I get to a stoplight, I can look real quick. Okay, I understand, and keep it moving. Because I really enjoy the interaction, like you said, ask the questions. There's just not enough. I can't give enough thanks, to be honest. There's not enough. Only way I could do is by showing. So yes, when I put up yesterday my one loss for the week,
we're not gonna breeze over that. You're 8 weeks in. You started trading week what? Against my recommendation, because I normally don't tell people to trade.
It was way against your recommendation. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was like the second week.
And I will be totally honest with you. It's usually the men that trade like, let's go, let's get it. Yeah. I don't know if it's the testosterone. I don't know what it is. But it's usually the men that are like, let's go.
Mm-hmm. I'm because hey. Like you that class, it makes so much sense, right? Mm-hmm. Like for anyone just go out there and just watch a YouTube video, you'd be like, oh, okay, I understand. No, you don't. I'm not gonna lie. No. And it's the truth because you really don't know. I don't like what. God bless y'all. Like with Asia and the candlestick patterns.
So Asia Danielle is our intermediate teacher, and I've not seen anybody teach what she teaches, and I'm going to tell you why. If you make it through our intermediate course, and Asia's like me, where she's very hands-on, very present. She's not going to let you go if there are questions. She's extremely thorough. If you go through this 12-week, because we've got beginner, intermediate, and advanced, we also have HFX, aka binary. If you really go through this program the way that it's designed to go through, you pretty much got the game sewn up. When I tell you, we're telling you the secrets that these $10,000 companies will charge you for a fraction of that, and they still leave you hanging. We're putting everything on. We're emptying out the refrigerator and saying, "Here you go, have at it."
Because that's true. Because you guys do so much. You almost have a Zoom call once a week. I mean, every day. Almost. You come very close to it. I think Tuesday.
Every day but Sunday.
Mondays not so much because it's Monday. But usually
we've got class on. I teach on Monday.
You do. That's right.
Asia teaches Tuesday. I come back Wednesday. Asia teaches Thursday. Izzy also teaches Mondays and Wednesdays. We have team meetings on Friday. And then Saturday we have Forex Basics. So Sunday is the only day of the week that we don't have anything. I'm sorry. And then Stanya teaches Wednesday for HFX. We have live trading Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night for binary. And then we have live Forex Wednesday morning at 8. So
you can't beat that.
Things. No, you can't.
At all. If someone goes through your course and is still struggling, I hate to say this, but it's all on them because you give so much and you record everything. So you can go back and watch it, But so y'all started trading and I got in one good one from what Asia was saying. And I saw the candlestick pattern on the gold. Mm-hmm. It was so easy. Week? Was it this week? Yes, it was this week.
Okay.
I was like, man. And you know how much stress was gone? Because when you hit that, the anxiety starts coming.
But I'm telling you, when you find that key point with that key pattern,
it's over.
You have almost zero drawdown.
None. Honestly, I think my drawdown in gold less than $100. And we're talking about gold though, so you know how that goes. And it took off. And make it worse, you can't have my phone where I work. So I'm at work thinking about this. I'm like, oh, where's lunch? And I go back down, all TPs hit.
How many trades did you have in for gold? Did you do
3
twin trading? Okay, you triple trade. 3. That's not bad. And see, that's another thing that you learn when you're an intermediate, how to.
Exactly.
And we have a different way that we don't trail our stop losses like most people do. We have a special way that we teach you how to really methodically trail your stop loss and how to get in for multiple trades. Right. One of the things that I do like about our family, and I consider this a family, we don't trade every single thing. We teach you all, find that thing that works for you and master that. If you can master one or two, no more than three things, it will pay you for the rest of your life.
And see, and that exact statement is what you said on your inefficiencies on the YouTube video about the gaps in the market. You said that. You said some people only trade this. I was like, because you're right. There's so much information out there. It's so much overload.
Yeah.
Like you can't learn everything, but you're right. Learn one thing, get good at it. You won't need nothing else.
Yeah.
Like you said, maybe two or three in case, depending on the market, you might not yours, things like that. So it's great. Like when y'all classes come, I'm enthused, excited. I like to hear them talk. I like to hear the guests ask questions. But you got some people who ask the questions that some might be too shy to ask. So that helps too, because some people don't like interacting. And you got your two or three that love to talk, and it's great. Take notes. And then the most important thing, I don't want to say too much, but
say what you need to say. Say what you need to say.
Trading plan. The trading plan.
You can't give the secrets of the trading plan away, but you can talk about trading plan.
You know what I'm saying? That is it. Not gonna say anything else about it, but those steps, I promise you.
I had a guy that was using his trading plan. We put his trading plan together, and he got ahead of himself and messed up some money and was like, Sherman. And the first question I asked was, did you follow your trading plan? He was like, nope. I'm like, I'm telling you, that trading plan will save your account and grow your account.
Yes.
It's phenomenal. And you get your trading plan week 3. So we're coming up on week 3 for these new people. And I'm like, I just get excited when week 3 comes. I know it's Christmas week. But I'm like, I can't wait until they try these trading plans out in the market. So here's a question. I know this is, again, off the cuff. How is your other half doing?
Unlike myself, she's more methodical.
She's more methodical?
Yeah, she's watching.
That's good.
Yeah, that's why I told her, because I'm the impulse. I have to get it. And then I have to suffer the consequences after. She's methodical. She'll wait. She's like, wait, design it. She's getting, right now, she's gotten down the trend lines. She's gotten down the pullbacks. Right now, she's going over fibs. Like, because Asia sent out a video on YouTube about fibs, so she's gonna watch that. And yesterday she won, so she was happy about that.
Good for her. What did she trade?
She's still trying to figure that out. Which pair be good for her? I told her UJ because it doesn't move with so much velocity.
Erratic.
Yeah, so it's slow enough to you can watch it. We haven't got that far, but she takes a ton of notes. Because we did what you said. I bought the 5-star notebook with the, I forget how many sections.
Dividers in there.
Yeah, she writes everything.
Good. If you could see my Forex notebook or notebooks.
Right.
And here's the funny thing about it. It really isn't that much information. You just hear it said different ways. Correct. So I just every time I heard anything about the same concept, I was going to that section in my notebook and I was just writing it down until it really, the Bible says, hide your word in my heart so that I don't sin against you. And I'm like, Lord, let that be true. Also, let me get this stuff in my heart so that when I go to the charts, I'm not doing anything contrary to the market, because that's, honestly where our money is. So here is a question for you. If you had to give us a rating, honest to God truth, 1 to 10, what would it be?
Oh, 10. You kidding me? It's great.
Okay.
It's hard for me. You go watch it. Like the YouTube gentleman you told us to watch. The Asian gentleman. He's wonderful.
Yeah, he is.
Right? Complete. Because everything's so much clearer with your class. I promise. I don't know how to explain it, but
I know how to explain it, and I'm just going to say what it is. There is an anointing on my life to teach. My father I come from ministry. So my father was my first teacher, honestly. I didn't know that I was going to even grow up to be a school teacher. And I remember going through college and I got to my professional level classes and I was asking my dad, rest in peace. It's like, Daddy, I don't know that I want to do this. My kids were growing up. I needed a profession that would still let me be mom. So that let me be at home. They were at home. And this is what he told me. He said, well, Charmin, it's not like whatever you learn will be wasted. I said, well, okay. And I had no idea that I was going to end up on this side teaching this, but I'm so glad that I am. So I'm going to ask you a follow-up question. If there were something you could change about this program, what would it be?
Something I could change. I haven't even thought about that. Something I could change. I wouldn't change anything right now.
Then your 10 was a true answer, because I'm like, okay, if you could change something, then it's not a 10.
No, there's nothing.
There's something that I would change if I could change.
Of course.
I wish I could speak more than one language, because there are so many people in other countries, in other parts of the world, that unfortunately their governments are really not allowing them to capitalize on information, and they're hiding it from them. So I wish that I could speak more than one language. The blessed thing is that a lot of people from other countries, they do speak English, and so they can follow us. I don't know if you were on last night, Rose. She got the $10,000 account.
Yes.
So we blessed some people last night. We blessed 4 people, and we bought them some accounts. And Rose was our oldest member, so she got a blessing just on. I don't know.
That was amazing.
Just out of love.
Olivia 112. It was a good day.
Yeah, we gave away four $10,000 accounts.
It was great.
So Rose did not speak English. She said she learned English so that she could trade. When I heard that, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. That's how important this, and you can't tell. She's been speaking English for less than, I want to say, 2 years. I know 3.
No kidding. I didn't know that.
Yes, it's been, I believe, I hope I'm not telling a story, but I think it's been less than 3 years. And when I tell you she came in, I was like, she's going to quit. She's going to quit. She's going to quit. Because I thought the language barrier was going to be like, I can't. But that girl's stuck and stay. And when I see this girl's profits being posted, I'm like, oh my gosh. She's like, Miss Shomin, whenever you do the French, I want to help you. I want to translate for the French. I'm like, you got it, girl. So I can't wait. Yes. So Mike, I can't think of another question to ask you because this was so off the cuff. But is there anything that you would like to add? Anything that you want to tell the people about our program? And again, I want to just really make sure you guys know this is a complete program. We don't leave a stone unturned. And each level, you're like, okay, I got the basics. And then when you get to intermediate, you're like, oh my gosh, she just blows your mind. And then when you get to Stanya, who's just like a computer, she's just like, she I just don't know where God got these people from and put them in my life. And then when you get now, I tell you, your advanced educator is honestly who was probably 90% of me learning how to trade.
Mm-hmm. So I heard what you mentioned yesterday about something. I was like, I can't wait.
He's no joke. He is no joke.
Because when you said that, and I understand a little bit what you're talking about, he's something. He's for real. If he knows that, if he knows what you said last night, if he knows that portion, I cannot wait.
So we also have a cryptos group. Where we teach people how to buy.
Sorry to cut you off, but the crypto group, I bought so much crypto with them, and we're all waiting. Like they're putting you on to crypto you never heard of.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
That's all they do is crypto. So there's nothing in your course that needs to be changed. you can add to, but I don't know what to add because everything else is beautiful. Like I like coming to my phone, going to Discord and hitting the groups to see what's going on. Because some of us who have working, we can't keep up with the news all day. We just can't. But your groups, like when I bought OneCoin, I was at work and he mentioned it. I was like, let me go get some of this. It was great.
I will tell you though, we do start on time. We are time conscious people. We start on time, but we don't rush off. So my classes might be an hour and a half long. If I feel like I need to stay there until you get it, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah. It's great.
I've seen people pay. We've got a guy in our group, and I knew him from someplace else, and he was saying that he had spent like $800 a month paying for a course and didn't know how to trade. He was part of a network marketing company, didn't know how to trade, and I reached out to him, and I'm like, you know what? Come on over here. And I after month 1, I was like, so intermediate is next unless you want to go back to the MLM. He was like, no, Miss Sharman, no. He said, I stopped my tuition. Where do I pay? Because this is where I want to be. And he has just been posting blue ever since. It's just, when I open up Pips and Profit, let me go to Pips and Profit real quick. When I go to Pips and Profit and I just see what you guys are doing after, week 1 and week 2, it's like, oh my gosh. If you're pink, you're intermediate. If you are blue, that means you've made it to the advanced group. And if you are yellow, that means you're still a beginner. Do we win everything? No, we don't. Clearly, this person did, but this is what he said. My dance was US 30. Wouldn't have taken my losses if I were more patient and less scared of the red drawdown. So he didn't follow. He didn't stick to his guns. This is Rose from France. This is Rose almost every other day. This is like, oh my gosh, look at this. Look, and if you notice, for those of you all that are watching, yes, it's a lot of US 30 because your girl loves US 30, so she's gonna teach you how to trade these indices. So yes, US 30 all day. I mean, it's just phenomenal. That's you. One little loss. I like the way you confused me. I'm like, that is not your face. I love it. Look at this, just posting. This girl right here, she came in, and I'm just going to put her on blast. I'm sorry if you find this Stephanie. Stephanie came in. Stephanie would be at work, and she wouldn't say a word. And I'm like, I see her charts. She'll give her homework. She never says anything. And then she finally tapped in and was like, guys, I'm at work. I really can't talk. But I'm listening and I'm here. That girl jumped up out of the blue, was like, I furnished my entire apartment, Forex. I'm like, you what? And like, when I tell you, this girl just posts and posts and posts. It is absolutely, there's Rose again, just absolutely amazing. Just amazing. Shiloh, I mean, I was getting ready to say you can't make this stuff up, but some people actually do. And they're like, people will see, I don't know, maybe I'm a little naive. Like, I didn't know, like, people will go in and they would like go copy paste something and act like it was theirs and their groups. And I'm like, you give honest people a bad name because people don't know who to trust for what, which was why I wanted to do this interview, because I want people to hear from somebody else what we do, how we do it, and the psychology behind it. We have a scaffolding approach where we're not throwing everything at you at one time. We take it week by week, incrementally. I guess I should have shown that too. Week by week, incrementally. So when you come in, you have your weeks already broken down. I already have recordings up there for you guys to go and look at in advance. I do record our sessions So they will be up there when they're done. There is a thorough lesson plan that goes along with them. You know, I'm a teacher. Lesson plan that goes along with them. Friday and Saturdays, our team meetings are recorded as well. We have our intermediate right here, additional resources for intermediate. We have HFX again. Our HFX is a live trading session. We also teach binary options. There is a set schedule that we have up for you. Again, I teach Mondays and Wednesdays at 7. Asia, who's our intermediate, teaches Tuesdays and Thursdays. And you grow. You never leave me. You just add it into those groups after your 4-week interval. So if you guys want to be a part of the Trade Masters, if you guys want to plug in with us for 12 weeks, reach out to me. My information will be in the description. Trade Masters Mentorship at gmail.com. You can reach me at 314-730-5353. And I'm going to call it a day. Thank you, Michael, for everything that you contribute. You are an inspiration. When people see you being successful, they can see themselves being successful.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for that. God bless you all. And you guys have a happy holiday. And I will see you in the market.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.